Good morning, Year 1, and welcome to a new day of English. Now, for today, we need the help of our 5 senses for our task. Who can remember learning about the 5 senses in science when we were at school? Have a think. Can you repeat these words after me? Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching. Super job. Now we're going to try it again, but this time we're going to point to the correct part of our body. So listen first. Can you say after me? I see with my eyes. I hear with my ears. I smell with my nose. I taste with my mouth. I touch with my hands. Super job, everyone. Now what I want you to do is to pause this video and go take a listen to the 5 senses song to practice a little bit more before we start our task. Off you go. Now we're going to read the poem 5 Little Senses. You can follow along with me, and when we're reading, make sure to look out for each of the senses mentioned in the poem. Here we go. 5 little senses. 5 little senses are what I need to use when things are near. I use my eyes to look and see. I use my ears to hear. I use my nose to smell things. I use my hands to touch. I use my mouth to taste the things I love to eat so much. 5 little senses standing in a row to see, hear, smell, touch, and taste the things I need to know. Now, did you spot the 5 senses as we were reading along? Here is one of them. The first one's talking all about eyes. I use my eyes to look and see. Well done if you notice that see is the senses word. So you can take a color and highlight the word see, just like that. Now it is your turn. I want you to pause the video here and read through the poem again on your own. Can you underline all the 5 senses in the poem? Off you go. Now let's have a look at our task for today. We are going to write about the things that we love to see, hear, smell, touch, and taste. First, let's make a list using bullet points. So here I'm going to start in the see box and think of 2 things that I like to see. I like to see cars driving by, and I like to see the beautiful sun. What do I like to hear with my ears? I like to hear birds singing, and I like to hear lovely music. What do I like to smell with my nose? I like to smell flowers, and I like to smell yummy cupcakes. What do I like to touch with my hands? I like to touch books, and I like to touch my fuzzy soft blanket. And the last one, what do I like to taste with my mouth and my tongue? I love the taste of pizza, and I love the taste of ice cream. Now, I've just done 2 for an example, but if you have more ideas, that's even better. So make a nice long list using your bullet points. After you've finished your list, you're going to scroll down to the next task, and here you're going to be writing sentences for each sense. So if you go back up here, you can choose maybe one thing from each list. You don't have to write about everything. So choose your favorite one And down here you're going to write a sentence. Even better if you can use adjectives and verbs in your sentences to make them sound amazing. Let's try a few together. I'm going to start with the taste box up here, and I'm going to write about my ice cream from my list before. I might say, I like to taste yummy chocolate ice cream. I have used two adjectives here, one, yummy, and chocolate. That makes my sentence sound much better. Instead of just saying, I like to taste ice cream, now you know exactly what kind and what flavor I like to taste. Let's try another one together. Let's do the hearing one. What do I love to hear? I'm going to choose the birds from my list. So I could write, I love to hear lovely birds singing in the trees. Now, because it's about hearing and this animal's doing something, I can use a verb. So I've used lovely for my adjective and singing for my verb. That is what the bird is doing. Very good. So continue on with this task and see if you can write a sentence about something you like to see, something you like to touch, and something you like to smell. All right, year one, it's your turn to put your learning to the test. Can you try today's task? When you've finished, you might want to try the Fun Time Extra, which is the opposite. So instead of finding things you like, you're going to find things that you don't like. Make sure when you're doing your sentences, they are golden. Can you shout out the sentence rules with Miss Tanner? Here we go. Capital letters, finger spaces, full stops, and read it again. Good work. Have fun writing all about the 5 senses.